Hey, I'm back with another video for today. So, if you've been following me for a while, you've probably heard me talk about 3 keys to success. And so I'm going to share those with you today. And this is actually a self-assessment that you can do. And we would use this self-assessment as a before and after in a group situation. Usually it was like a 8-week group. I can use this with my clients as well. I will share it with them at the beginning of our work together, and then they can check it out later when they're getting towards the end of the work with me. And it's really, really a great tool. And the thing is with this tool is that everyone will make progress in 1 or 3 of these areas. As long as you are consistent and you are serious about doing what you need to do to, possibly declutter your home, but also organize your home, sort through what is important to you, all of those things. So it's a series of questionnaires. I'm not going to go through all the questions today, obviously, but it is a series of questions for you to answer. And it measures these 3 areas. And the first area it measures is how much are you acquiring on a daily, weekly basis. And I do have an exercise around that as well that can be really helpful. If that is something that you notice is happening with you, that you're bringing stuff home. It could be freebies that you get. People give you things. You find things on the side of the road. Maybe you go to a home show or something and you fill up a bag full of little treasures, whatever you want to call them. Anyways, pamphlets and things like that. What else? Maybe you're, stopping at a thrift shop or your favorite retail store or your favorite clothing store on your way home from work, just because you've had a bad day. You tell yourself, I need to soothe myself. I need to get something. Or maybe you go to garage sales a lot. Whatever the situation is, it doesn't matter. It could even be food. I worked with a woman once she was working in the food industry, and she was actually a cook. So she loved to cook. So she would cook all these things at home, just kind of trying things out. And she bought so much food, and it was only her. So she really couldn't deal with all that food. And sometimes we're buying things on sale too. The whole 2-for-1 thing, which is so annoying because sometimes by the time you get to that second thing, it's expired, or maybe you didn't even like the first one. Who knows? Whatever. It's just, or you forgot you had it and then you end up buying it again. All those kinds of things, right? But it's all about marketing, that's for sure. So that first one is all about how much you are acquiring, and it actually is the first one that you can really get a handle on. It's the easiest one. People have often said to me, I don't have a problem with that anymore. I used to, but I'm not bringing stuff home anymore. So, you kind of get to that point where you don't want to be bringing things in, and you get more discerning. So it also can be about setting boundaries too, which, takes a little practice. So that's the first one. The second one is how much clutter do you have around? So when you look around your home, how much clutter is around in each of the rooms, or where you hang out, whatever it is. And, what do you feel most comfortable? How do you feel most comfortable? Maybe on a scale of 1 to 10, what amount of clutter is okay for you to feel good. Some people feel really uncomfortable if they don't have a lot of stuff around them. They feel exposed or almost naked. So you want to really think about how much clutter soothes you or helps you to feel comfortable or helps you to feel safe even. So it's a big factor, really, when you think about it, because, you could want to declutter your space, but if it's causing you to feel that exposure or feel vulnerable, then of course it's going to be hard to let go of some things, right? We do become attached to a lot of our possessions, as we all know. So that's the second one, to really examine how that is for you. And I share a meditation around that with people, and exercises and all kinds of stuff. But anyway, okay, so the third one is about how difficult is it for you to let go of things. And I think that's probably the hardest one for most of the people I work with. There's so much, so many people will talk about the sentimental value that they feel, attachment that they feel about their belongings, right? Like, you've had something for so long, and sometimes the longer you've had something, the more attached you actually feel towards it. So letting go is a really hard thing, but it can get easier with time. And it actually takes a little practice, but it's also about intuition, trusting yourself, and feeling like it's okay to let this go. This thing has served its purpose, and I'm ready to let it go. So, it is about when you're ready to do it. So the questions have to do with, just really examining some of those thoughts and beliefs that we have around our stuff. You know what I'm saying? So once you can really look at those in a more discerning way, it can really help you to be able to let go. So those are the three areas that we measure. And as I said, we measure them at the beginning and at the end. And this assessment is not something I have come up with. It's actually a tool that was designed by Steckity, Frost, and one other person. Anyway, some people who are very, very active and big in the hoarding, chronic disorganization kind of field. So anyway, one of the things I did say earlier, though, is that if you do that assessment before you start a project, before you start a group, before you decide to clean out your house, I don't know, just before. And at the end of that time, when you're finished, you've gone through it, you've been consistent, you've done the work, and do that exercise again and see how much things will change. And like I said, things will change in one or maybe even all three areas. People always make change if they stay the course and do the work. All right. Well, please like my video and comment if you like, and keep in touch. Happy decluttering. Bye for now.